What is going on, guys? This is Retchfors here, and today we're going to be doing a tier list on ways to raise your attraction. Ways to raise your attraction. So I'm going to be going through all of these. So S tier is this will definitely increase your attraction. A tier is this will highly increase your attraction. So it's not going to do as good as S, but like it's still going to do something. B tier is this will like minimally affect your attraction. C tier is it's basically like just a small, like teeny tiny bit gonna do something. And then D tier is just doesn't do anything at all. So we're gonna be ranking all of these, and yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's try and go for 2,000 likes, and let's get it. So first we have supplements. Where am I gonna put supplements at? I'm gonna put this in B tier. So supplements, it's only good if you're trying to. It's only good if you're trying to fix like deficiencies, or you're like at the gym, you're trying to like, bulk. But I really think like diet is a more healthy caveat to that. Now I know there's like different supplements and everything, but me personally, I don't think it's gonna do as much as you think. So yeah, I'm gonna put supplements in B tier. Next, we have meditation. Now, here's the thing with meditation. I'm gonna put this in C tier. It's really only mental. Like, you might feel mentally more inclined to, it might help you, like be more balanced in life. But here's what you gotta understand, it's not really affecting your looks physically, it's only helping you mentally. So I'm gonna put this in C tier. It's definitely beneficial for you. Like if you're stressed all the time, I mean, yeah, it can indirectly help you look less stressed, because I know like stress can lead to other things like poor sleep, bad skin, things like that. But here's what you got to understand. We're talking about the principle of it alone, meditation, which is usually all mental in your head. We're putting this in C tier. Next, we got sunlight. I'll put this in A tier. Sunlight, unlike meditation, sunlight, especially like when you first wake up and you're just starting your day, sunlight, it definitely is gonna help you get your day started, things like that. It's gonna like awaken you, things like that. So I'm gonna put sunlight in A tier. We have fasting. Okay, so fasting, it depends on like what we're doing. Are we like overweight and then we're trying to like cut off all food to lose weight? Because I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I'm gonna put fasting in C tier. I mean, I feel like if you were to like lose weight, there are much better ways to do it other than starving yourself. I am like a victim of falling into this trend like in my past life. It's not really fun. Like you really just it's probably not even gonna help you. It might work against you. Like it's gonna leave you drained and everything. But yeah, I personally am gonna put fasting in C tier. Next, we got teeth. This is our first S tier. I talked about this in yesterday's video, but teeth is one of the four important pillars, bro. Four important pillars into raising your attraction, right? If you have straight white teeth, bro, like that's at least 1 point, bro. Um, and if you have like braces, or if you're using like teeth whitening products, like I'm not gonna lie, it's about to go crazy. Next, we have mewing. Now, I know a lot of y'all are about to get on my head. I'm putting this in B tier. I'm putting this at the top of B tier. I know a lot of y'all are about to get on my head, but here's what y'all need to realize. Mewing has benefits if you're like under the age of, I know it's correct tongue posture, but a lot of y'all motherfuckers, y'all like to be like, oh, mewing doesn't do anything. First of all, bro, if you're under the age of 18, bro, yes the fuck it does, bro. Second, don't get on my head because you tried mewing for like an hour and it didn't do anything. Like, yeah, I'll admit the difference is minimal. It's not minimal, but it's like the difference is definitely there. But when you mew, and this is something you can only do when you're like under the age of like 18. I feel like after 18, it just gets locked, and most of your like bone structures right here are just like locked presetly. But when you're under the age of 18, bro, just keep in mind you're training yourself for good tongue posture, which is going to greatly increase your attractiveness. So we're going to put mewing in B tier. Next we got personality. I'm gonna put personality in C tier because here's what y'all gotta understand. A lot of girls, they talk about, oh, I want a guy who has a good personality, but you never see them going for those types of guys. Now, another thing I want to mention is this video is ways to look more attractive. And when I'm talking about look more attractive, I'm not talking about things like your personality, your demeanor, your confidence. No, I'm talking about ways to raise your attraction physically. So personality, it's damn near not gonna do much. I would much greatly focus on other things. Now, if you have a fucked personality, I mean, yeah, that is something you should look into. But if you're just an average Joe who has a decent personality, it really doesn't need to be overlooked. Next, we have being kind. Being kind. So when I'm thinking of being kind, I'm thinking of being kind to other women. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying you should be toxic. Here, I'm gonna put gentleman like right next to it too. Being a gentleman. Like the thing with being kind and being a gentleman is like, I'm not saying you should be toxic, but you're definitely gonna get walked over more easier. Like I feel like back in like our parents' days, right? Like in the 70s, the 80s, right? Like that was normal. That was standard. But nowadays, these girls, they have too high of an ego. They're going to walk over you, stomp on you if you do that. So you have to basically you cannot pedestalize some of these girls. Now I'm not saying every girl is like this, but most of the girls, bro, they do not deserve this type of validation that most guys give them, right? Like I'm not saying be toxic. Like when you think of being a gentleman, I'm thinking of someone who's always opening the doors for them. Like okay, opening the doors for them at a restaurant is fine, but I feel like if you're driving them somewhere and then like you deliberately go on the passenger side and open the door, like yeah, you're doing too much. Like you're basically like going back in time. We're not proceeding to the future. So I'm not saying that, oh, just be mean to these girls. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying like you have to realize, you have to know when and when not to do these things for her. And I actually fell victim to this when I was like a lot younger. So I was like being super nice to these girls. I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get in there if I'm, if I go this route. But keep in mind, bro, when you do this, what you're doing is you're categorizing yourself as this nice guy, which might either turn you into getting friend zoned or even worse, little brothered, which I'm sure like most of y'all don't want that. So I can tell you firsthand, like it's just not the best way to go about it. Like there are much better ways. And deep down, she might respect you like short term, but long term, bro, she's gonna be thinking you a bitch. Like now she's not literally going to be saying, oh, he's a bitch, but she's just gonna be thinking like, dang, I could really ask this nigga for anything and he'll just give it to me, which is not what you want if this is not your girlfriend. So I don't know why we're doing this in the first place. Next thing we have is posture. Now, the thing with posture is it's really not gonna do much. Okay, first of all, let me say something about posture. I feel like you guys like to over dramatize what it does. If you have correct posture, damn near nobody is gonna notice. Like, damn near. If anybody notices, I'm sure nobody will. And to get correct posture, what you have to do is you have to always subconsciously think, "Oh, is my back straight? Am I standing up straight?" Like, no, you don't need to do all of that. It's just not worth it. Having straight posture, it doesn't really do that much. Now, yeah, it'll make you look taller, but like I said, nobody is literally, bro, nobody is going to notice if you have good posture. Now, is it technically might make you more attractive, because if you're all like slumped like this, I mean, you just look uglier, but I'm telling you, like, I guarantee you, if you start focusing on your posture, damn near nobody is gonna notice, bro. Next, we have being funny. Now, here's the thing, right? This shit, low key, this glitch gets patched after high school, bro. Like, after high school, bro, they patch this shit, bro. No, they patched this shit after junior year, bro. After junior year, bro, this strat doesn't even work no more. Now, when you're like a freshman or a sophomore in high school, I mean, yeah, bro. Like, you low key might, get hella attention from girls. You might even bag you some fine shit. But after junior year, bro, or not after junior year, after sophomore year, bro, you got to start looking into like different traits about yourself, because this is not sustainable. Especially like when you leave high school. Nobody is going to give a fuck if you're funny, bro. And if they do, then it's really not going to get you anywhere. Next, we have sprinting. Now, here's the thing about sprinting. I personally, I'm a track runner, right? Like, I run a lot. I fucking love running, dude. And I'm putting this shit in B tier because it doesn't do that much. In theory, yes, like if you're trying to lose weight or you're like trying to cut and you're trying to like raise your calorie intake for the day, I mean, yes, sprinting will benefit you, but if you're the average Joe, you're just like normal weight or whatever, I mean, sprinting is damn near not going to do anything. Now, is being active and being healthy good? Absolutely, bro. But we're talking about if we're just the average person. Like, sprinting is probably not going to do much. Now, I'm not going to put it like in C tier because it does definitely benefit you, but it can also work against you. Like being out in the sun too long, and shit like that, it can fuck up your skin. Next, we have focusing on yourself. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Now, here's the thing with focusing on yourself. A lot of guys, they like plainly say this shit. They'll be like, oh, don't focus on girls, focus on yourself. Here's the thing. When you're focusing on yourself, right, there's a right way to do it and then there's a wrong way to do it. When people focus on their self, what they're thinking of is they think, oh, if I just focus on myself, girls are going to come towards me. That's not true. That's not how it works. A lot of people, they try to normalize focusing on their self and they try to isolate themselves from people. But what this does is this actually fucks up your mental. And if you do it for too long, you just don't know how to communicate with other people. And humans are social creatures, right? When you're not around people, it gives you this urge that you have nothing to look forward to. So if you do it too long, it will genuinely fuck up your mental. It'll lead you depressed and shit like that. I've been down this rabbit hole before and it's not good. But there is a right way to do it though. And if you do it right, this can low key, you can do all of these things in the list because you'll have time to do it. When you focus on yourself, I say like maybe 3 months, 4 months. When you do it for like 3 to 4 months, you have a plan. You say, after this, I'm going to leave this area. Then what you're doing is you're giving yourself time. You're giving yourself mental clarity. You're giving yourself reflection to improve yourself, to improve everything about you. And that's why it's so high on this list. But a lot of people, they don't know how to do it right. They just think focusing on yourself is they like to treat it like a lifestyle. Like, you can't main this lifestyle, because if you main it, that's the wrong way to do it. That is going to lead you sad and depressed. So there are definitely good ways to do it and there are definitely bad ways to do it. But if you do it right, this is damn near like a really good thing on this list. Next, we have playing video games. This does not increase your attraction, obviously. Next, we have getting dreads. Now, I talked about this in the last video, but getting dreads, if you're like, I'm gonna talk to my like African American viewers first. If you have dreads, bro, if you're like under the age of shit 25, bro, and you don't have dreads, genuinely, bro, what are we doing, bro? Nigga, you better have some fire hairstyle like cornrows or box braids. Cause like if you don't have dreads, bro, it's the best hairstyle for like most black men. If you get what I'm saying. If you're like under the age of 25. Now, just like a lot of the things on this list, right? There is a wrong way to do it. So if you get dreads, bro, and you do it the right way, you rock them the right way, then this is definitely S tier. This will be like your main feature that most people like about you, most girls. Next, we have buying her things. I fell into this rabbit hole. I'll put this in D tier, but I fell into this rabbit hole when I was younger. I used to buy hella people things, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna get in there through that. No, they just think you're a bitch, and they might respect you in the moment because you know they might want it, but they're just deep down they're gonna think of you as a bitch. Next, we got facial hair. If you're over the age of 18, bro, getting facial hair is definitely like it's not non-negotiable, but it's a must. However, you don't want to overdo it. If you have like too much facial hair, then it's just going to look awkward on you. But if you have like some type of facial hair, it expresses masculinity. Now, same thing with tattoos, right? Like I genuinely think getting a tattoo when you're like when you turn 18, bro, I feel like getting a tattoo, you got to get the right style too. There's a wrong way to do it and there's a right way to do it. Now, I don't have a tattoo, as y'all can see. I used to have one, but I got it removed because that shit was trash. But getting a tattoo, this low key expresses masculinity, right? Girls like that, and they just give you some style, some it's something about it that I feel like girls leech to, if that makes sense. But yeah, getting a tattoo is definitely gonna be the top of A tier probably. Next we got sleep. I'm gonna put sleep in B tier. Now you might. I do think sleep and diet. A lot of the stuff on this list, bro. I do think it's kind of overrated because the thing with getting sleep is it's not really increasing your attractiveness. What it's doing is it's making. Okay, think of it like this. You have a ceiling and then you have like the floor, right? All right, now think of it like this. On certain days, you fluctuate depending on like a lot of variables, like what you ate, how you're feeling, if you're stressed, if you got good sleep. If you get consistent sleep, you're going to be like closer to that ceiling, but it's not raising the ceiling. All it's doing is just putting you closer to the ceiling. So it's not going to make you more attractive. It's just going to stop you from looking deprecated most days. Same thing with diet. Put diet right next to sleep. Um, Diet, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little over dramatic as fuck. Like, yeah, having a diet, it is good for you. But if we're talking about looks wise, it damn near is not gonna do as much. Now it will likely do some stuff, but not enough for me to put this in A tier or S tier. So yeah, diet, I'm gonna put it in B tier. I'm definitely putting it above supplements though because it is more natural. You're eating foods from certain food groups, things like that. But yeah. Next thing we have skincare. Y'all boys know what I think about skincare. Put that shit at the top of S tier, bro. One of the biggest components on determining how you look. Yeah, skincare. This can unchop y'all, bro. Like, I'm not saying you gotta get glass skin where there's like no flaws or anything, but if you fix your acne, bro, I really don't think I really think that puts you above average of a lot of people. Now, sure, there are other things you have to focus on too, like your hair, your teeth. That's why these are in S tier, bro. Next, we have upgrading your swag, right? Now, this is gonna be a controversial take because I know a lot of y'all niggas like y'all like having that shit on and everything. But here's the thing about upgrading your swag. It doesn't necessarily make you more attractive, but what it is doing is it's giving you some type of like, what's the word? It's giving you some type of like style to you. But if you rock like for me personally, right? I like rocking the all black. Like that's my swag. I don't gotta wear like the toughest fit, bro, on that one website that costs like $150. Like, no, I don't gotta do all that. If you could wear a plain black shirt, plain black pants, bro, and it's really not gonna hurt your attractiveness as much as you guys think. Like, the pants could say pants on it, bro, and you'll be cool. And last thing is gym. I'm gonna put this in S tier. Gym is very important. But it depends on if you're doing it right. You see a lot of people, they go into the gym, they start lifting, but the problem is they don't have a goal in mind. When you go to the gym and you don't have a goal in mind, you doing shit just to do shit, then it's really not gonna lead you anywhere. But if you have this goal, oh, I'm gonna gain this much muscle by this time, and you have like the fucking blueprints written out and shit, then I really do think it is worthy of S tier. And that is the tier list on how to become more attractive. If you disagree, bro, then I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, nigga, this my tier list, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. And if y'all want to watch the video on how I got friend zoned, then I think it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. If y'all want to watch the video on how I got friend zoned, then click over there. And if you want to watch my most recent video, then click here. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.